Hey, what's up, people? What's up? Thank you for stopping by. This is Sean D67, and I was getting ready for bed, and I was checking my email, and I saw a message from a good friend named BlueBlackpurple. She responded to one of my recent uploads, Jaheim versus Anthony Hamilton. It's on YouTube. Check it out. Anyway, this is what this person wrote. She asked me, Sean, could you do a video offering your thoughts on why we don't have as many R&B, funk, or soul bands today like we had in the past? Most groups today are singing groups, male or female, but I don't see many bands who play instrument. That's a legitimate question. They closed this email with, during the 70s we had the Ohio Players, Earth, Wind & Fire, the Commodores, LTD, the Brothers Johnson, Heat Wave, etc. What bands do we have today? Soul, funk, R&B, etc. Woo! What's up? What's up? I love that. I love this. I had to address it. At any rate, quickly, today, one band that I know of that we have is Mint Condition. One of my favorite bands. Mint Condition is still around, but they're not on a major label. They released an album last year titled 7. They're still going strong. They're still fighting. I don't know how long it's going to last, but Mint Condition is still going strong. Whew! Why we don't have bands today? There's so many factors, but the two glaring factors that come to mind are, one, the synthesizer, and two, economics. Yeah, the synthesizer in the mid-70s, was brought in to duplicate certain sounds that, big bands did with real instruments. And then by the time the 80s came along, big bands were being phased out due to economic reasons. You had big bands like Cameo, who had about 10 or 11, maybe 12 members. I'll have to get back to you on that. They were pared down to 3 featured members by the time 1986 and the Word Up album came out. Earth, Wind & Fire, their legendary horn section from the 70s was sacrificed synthesizers, and the Commodores broke up. LTD, the bands became extinct because of synthesizers and economics. Think about all those mouths to feed. Those bands had to break that check up, and you know how the record labels were. They didn't give really a hoot about the acts that were on the labels, so the combination of two things, economics and the synthesizer. And today, like Rick James has said in one of his interviews, the economic situation in the country has caused the phasing out of musical programs in schools. So that's another thing to think about. Today's schools don't have funding for musical programs, instrumentation. Remember back in the day, kids learned how to play instruments. They were in band and everything, and I don't think that's a priority today. That's being phased out. Everything today is all about sampling, synthesizers, auto-tunes. It's all a bunch of fake nonsense, and it's being promoted as music. But I'm glad that BlueBlackPurple contacted me, and it was a great question, because what's promoted today as music isn't music. I'm sorry. Ooh. I know I'm from the old school and everything, but it is what it is. Get back to me. Let me know what y'all think. Let me know what you think about today's situation with quote-unquote music.